So this is the other Durin, huh? If this had been the dragon that ended up being revived in Mondstadt, there's no... So, if you think about it like that, no. I'm just a little envious, that's all. Not
Actually, most of the credit belongs...
Then again, barely anyone even remembers you at this point. So I guess they're...
Ah, so you three still remember Durin. Looks like the memory loss hasn't spread to close friends. Yet, I guess that means my memory of you must still be complete as well.
Albedo.
You're finally here!
Oh, you're here.
I think I've pieced together some of...
Master Jean filled me in on what happened, and I've got a few theories. Well, physically, he's doing fine. His body is holding the abyssal power at bay. And there's nothing whatsoever to indicate any risk of collapse.
So, from an alchemy point of view...
The issue isn't so much that the abyssal power within him has gotten out of control. It's that the connection between his will and body is fading. If he ends up losing his conscious will, his body will fall back on its biological instincts. And that's when the abyssal power within it will take over. This book mentioned a witches' gathering. It seems like quite a few of these witches got themselves involved in Durin's case. Which brings me to my theory. Bringing Fairy Tale Durin into this world to replace the Durin on Dragonspine means using... But... It would have required the combined use of Miss Barbeloff's astrology after learning of Miss Barbeloff's prophecy. Durin and I took care of the alchemy side of things. So now... As for the fate theory, I still can't figure out how any kind of...
So, the reason...
A form of magic powerful enough to rewrite fate itself.
Well, we've no time to lose. I just need... The next part of the story most likely relates to me. So the...
Huh?
The giant tree was home to... Join yourself to that broke... But first, fetch...
I see.
Guided by the breeze, the little dragon arrived at an alchemist's workshop. There he was greeted by a clay figure, a child molded by the Sage Witch's hands. Though gentle in appearance, he had inherited his mother's cold, sharp wisdom. And he was determined to avert the calamity the evil dragon would bring, and so was his helper, none other than the little dragon himself.
What is this?
It looks like it's modeled after an alchemist's workshop.
Albedo?
Hold on. Why do I...
Oh, yeah! We forgot to tell.
At least you're still here.
Well, since Cat Guy has taken on a different appearance too. But you, Paimon, and Durin haven't changed at all.
I'd like to know more about that too.
And just like that, the group stumbled upon a hidden passageway.
Come on! What are we waiting for? Next chapter, here we come!
But this was a chapter that had not yet been.
What? Then what's the point of having a path here? Sounds like a pretty bad habit for a writer.
Over here. I found something.
What the clay figure found was none other than the evil dragon's heart itself, and the clay alchemist knew what it meant. That the evil dragon would return one day, yet guided by his mother's wisdom, he foresaw another fate. If only then would the evil dragon's heart...
Sounds like this chapter's about Albedo.
If that really was the solution, though, this would have been over the...
There has to be some other reason.
Yeah, I'd like to explore the area a bit more.
Unless the little dragon kept moving, eventually he would be forgotten. The evil dragon's heart...
Looks like we have no choice but to... Whatever happens next, Durin...
What the clay figure found was none other than the evil dragon's heart itself. Though the creature had perished long ago, its heart was still there, pulsing away and growing warmer with every beat. And the clay alchemist knew what it meant. That the evil dragon would return one day, just as the prophecy had foretold. Yet, guided by his mother's wisdom, he foresaw another fate. If only the alchemist could bestow this heart upon the little dragon, he might be reborn in the evil dragon's stead. Only then would the evil dragon's heart grow still, and the little one inherit its tale. At last, the little dragon accepted the evil dragon's heart, and a new life came into being. The evil dragon's heart beat in his chest, and the little dragon's soul guided him forward. Thus did the prophecy hold true, even as fate had been rewritten, and so was the little dragon born anew.
Finally! A happy ending! That must be...
Born anew, the little dragon's...
Huh?
What comes next might be the most
If fate really is as devious as they say, then I say...
Wow! Durin, are you alright?
The evil dragon's heart was now one with the little dragon, yet the dark power... Would the little dragon dare to hold...
Hey! What kind of question is...
Time is running out.
What's up?
Would he dare to hold them?
The little dragon and his
Huh? What's going on?
Once the ink runs out,
I had a feeling this.
What's happening to the
Now that the story's ink was spent,
Hello, children. If you're hearing this recording, it's because you've reached a certain ending. You may have noticed that little Durin's experiences have been written into the pages of this book. Well, you should know that in the same way, its ending will also be written onto him. So be careful, because triggering a bad ending could be somewhat problematic. Let me guess, you're upset that I didn't warn you earlier? Don't worry though, I've thought it all through. I built a very special feature into this book, just for you, the witnesses of this tale. So, go ahead, see if you can turn back the pages. If you're not happy with the ending you've reached, just flip back a few pages and let the tale unfold once more. Pretty incredible, huh? That's the power of magic.
Would he dare to hold this power back? Or would he simply...
Returning to the castle. I just never thought crossing over into a new world would create so much. I'm starting to think I kind of miss being in Simulon.
You might look back on it with fondness, but if I were you, I wouldn't miss it.
Why?
Sometimes, moving on with your life comes out of.
you don't have to worry, Durin. No matter.
Okay. Sometimes I wish I could just go back and see it again.
as the little dragon slipped back inside the castle's wall, there was no danger here. As soon as his mother finished, and so the story ended, with the little dragon fast asleep.
What's going on? I feel so weak.
Hey, what's happening? Durin, wake up! But this can't be how it ends. Durin promised to bring back everyone's memories. There's no way he'd accept an...
Looks like you've discovered another possible ending. Do not lose hope. You just need to keep searching, for there are possibilities that only you can bring to life.
Would he dare to hold this power back? Or would he simply give in?
Ahead of them was a storyless void, and they could go no further.
Not enough ink? Serious?
Would he dare to hold this power back? Or would he simply give in?
If we go this way, we'll be...
Returning to the castle.
Yeah! You'll just be hiding from your...
I see.
Would he dare to hold this power back? Or would he simply give in?
The little dragon was at an impasse, unchecked. The darkness, the little dragon's story faded into nothingness.
Is this me?
And so the story ended, with the little dragon fading.
Oh no! What do we do?
Looks like you've discovered another possible ending. Do not lose hope. You just need to keep searching, for there are possibilities that only you can bring to life.
What's going on here? Why isn't the story letting Durin just suppress the
It seems the act of suppressing the power counts as an event in the story.
So, what now? Did we use two? How are we supposed to write a happy ending with only this but...
Well, this is Durin's story. As long as he's alive and well, why should it end?
If there really is such a direct correlation between the story and his fate, I may have a potential hypothesis. Durin was, and still is in essence, a storybook character, written into being by M. From the moment he was born, and I suspect that has remained the case, even after his arrival in Tevat. Reviving Durin in the evil dragon's place was an act of grafting this Durin story onto the latter's fate. In essence, that is how his fate was rewritten. But there is a fundamental difference between a being's story and its fate. As Miss Barbeloth reminded us, the fate of every living being in Tevat has been woven into the fabric of time. Its most natural path, therefore, is to proceed along its given track. But Durin's story, on the other hand, as Durin's connection to this world wore thin, not only have people started to forget him, he started to lose control of the abyssal power within. In other words, his story can't continue, because the author's ink is drying up. That's what
It would seem the little dragon had made a group of fine friends indeed.
Save it. The question is, are you here to help him or stand in his way?
This is as far.
I suppose. It's hard to believe I never actually left my...
By there, I take it.
But if Durin belongs inside the story, then...
I'm not afraid...
I second that. It would seem.
So be it. Whatever
Everything that invisible wall. When the little dragon is staring at the uncrossable edge of existence itself. And all of a sudden it began
gotta...
Lies only.
My consciousness...
Keep going, Durin. A pure soul is your essence, not an empty void.
I feel...
Stand tall, Durin. You are not some immortal... Yes, Durin, but you must...
I can't feel a connection.
You're not alone in this world, Durin. At the very least, you have me.
I can't remember anything. Who am I?
Your name is Durin, and there are many who still remember it.
My name is Durin.
You're taking too long. Come on, Durin, run! In this world, fate waits for no one.
Wait! Where am I meant to go? What am I supposed to do?
Go. Make your wish come true, Durin.
My wish?
Your story's not over yet!
Silence, huh? Have you nothing to... Let me get this straight. You want to graft your story onto this unfinished...
Quite the brilliant idea. Exactly. And the moment for...
I see. I thought my own ignorance might be the problem, or that I had failed to discern the heavenly sign. Little did I imagine that time it...
Well, my friend, this has been a most intriguing experiment.
Someday, the prophecy will come to pass.
Thank you, everyone. You've helped me so much already. Will you lend me your magic one last time? Just enough for me.
You mean you want me to...
No, not in that sense. As whether it lasts a day or an age, the span... If I tried to breach that law by force, I'm afraid this is not a path I want to go down. I would like you to send this pen of mine into the future.
I see. Then perhaps I could create a kind of story magic to take over the... Oh, but for it to work, you would need to provide a...
How much?
Oh, an immense amount. So much, in fact, that you, no matter how much you write, there is a limit to the number of... Someday, perhaps, even your entire corpus will not be enough for the magic to continue to scribe...
Still.
Oh, my dear Anya. Even after all this...
Once he leaves Simulanka, things will only get more. I'll just have to skip.
Anya, why do you insist on sending him out? Why not just let him remain within the story? With my magic?
I suppose. In fairy tales, all it takes is a... That's just how fairy tales end, isn't it? Tell me, Alice. In your eyes...
To leave a story?
Not a bad answer. It's true. My greatest regret is that... No matter how brilliantly a character... For them, the story... But what if, instead, I could place...
You mean...
You said it yourself. I can only leave so many words behind. Even with your magic, the idea that I could keep this... But I found a way to use your magic to transform some of my finished stories into a special kind of ink. This ink is a magical medium he can use to complete the For what is storytelling, even once he reaches the chapter where I stop? And so, by
A character with the power to write their own story.
that way, he'll finally be
And you no longer need to worry. But there are still risks. First of all, once he arrives in Tibet, as you gradually hand over creative control.
But at the same time, he'll also have the chance to
The issue is, this method taps into too many of Tibet. In fact, it'd be hard.
We still have the story
It's entirely possible he burns through all your ink. Never. But despite.
I still believe in what his hopes and wishes can be his ink, so he won't be trapped by my.
Oh, what the writer you are, Anya. Your imagination, and you do know how much I love.
Thank you, my friend. Well then, my child. Do you understand what you must do?
Yes. It's my turn to keep this.
Then what's holding?
What will become of you?
I will fade away. My child, or your mother, I should say, passed away.
I know. It's just. When you lose your mom too soon, it's hard to.
Durin.
But after coming to this world and traveling it with my I suddenly realized I couldn't just sit. Maybe this is just what growing up feels like. I'm ready to grow up now, Mom.
You've witnessed this story from the very beginning. From here on out. This, now I ask of you, the other pillar of will you turn the page so the next chapter can begin? Suddenly, and without warning, the powers of darkness struck. The question was, could the little dragon prevail? Alas, it was here that the story witch's tale had to end.
But Durin's tale, on the other hand, had only just begun. Stepping into his mother's memories, he picked up her pen. And so the story that was ending began anew. He had made up his mind to challenge the fate that barred the way ahead.
Looks like this is the final step.
A chance to strike back at fate?
No, that fate no longer defines me. Devouring claw! Absurd! Stop that! Stay back! New life!
No dodging this one. Here, I'll help lift you up.
Watch! Only my story shall endure. Thunder! Hey, away from me!
cover for you.
No! Not yet! Okay! This time, the light prevails! Thank you, Mom. And so it was that Durin defeated the darkness and rewrote his fate. But his story is far from over. Is everyone okay?
We're fine, thanks. And hey, we all saw how you fought back there.
I have to admit, I do feel like something in me has changed. I owe you all so much.
Just a shame I could only help out from the sidelines. Hear what?
The chance to strike back at...
Allow me to just check one thing. Yes. The abyssal power within you has stabilized.
Oh, thank goodness.
I wonder what it means, though. Aside from the
Look, it all turned out fine. So just leave.
You're leaving so soon? What, don't humans usually throw a party?
A party? Anyway, come find me again next time you're in trouble.
In a way, though, he is right. This is Durin's moment.
Hey, I don't blame you for asking. And honestly...
It's all right. I'm sure we'll get a chance at... All right, then. Traveler and Paimon.
Okay. So, it's party time next. Huh?
Congratulations on completing your mission.
She must have known the moment we finished.
I've heard dressing appropriately is a must for socializing. I've heard dressing
Oh, my writer.
You had special plans for the traveler.
But of course, that goes without saying. For us, I chose the traveler as it's not easy finding someone with that kind of background, you know.
At least it made for an interesting story.
Huh? What are you doing here?
With the Hexenzirkel carrying out such a risky experiment in Mondstadt.
Sorry for the trouble.
Think nothing of it. I dare say the Animo Archon quite enjoyed coming along for...
Here.
Well. Somehow, despite all my... It never even crossed my mind that Rhindotter's child would be capable of handling that kind of alchemy in her stead. When he asked for help with the materials, oh my, I nearly couldn't believe it. If only the others were here too.
I'm right here, you know. The only one who hasn't responded is the one business.
Is that you, Barbie? A little...
Come here, child. Let me take a closer look.
All right. Yeah.
Just as I thought. This child's fate does not appear among the stars.
What does that mean?
Child, all you need...
Oh.
Just like how she was in the story, huh?
Tell me, little Durin. What?
Well, there's so much.
How about settling your most recent regrets?
Not so fast, Tone-Deaf Bard.
To make the long overdue...
Thank you once again, Alice.
How much time do you have left?
I believe these should be my final.
This feels like having to say our final goodbyes all over again.
I don't know how to. Strange. You were always such a cheerful figure in my stories.
Oh, please. You know full well it would... Aside from saying goodbye to me, since the book will be his to continue, why don't you write him?
There's no need. His mother already did that long. All that remains is for me to convey it. My child, these may be the last words I get to leave you. I've always thought of the characters in my stories as my children, loving each one of them, just like a mother would. But you are the most extraordinary of them all. You alone can defy the fate of this world and write the perfect ending to my story. You alone shall leave these pages for a future I will not see. Still I say to you, fly, my sweet child. Just like a forest breeze yearns for the open sky, head into the unknown and seek an adventure to call your own. If you meet a dragon bright as 1,000 jewels, dance through the air together. You are not alone, for this world has accepted your place in it. Do not lose heart. You still have many wishes left to fulfill. A long tale awaits you, my love. Let songs and flowers be the ink that fills its pages. Take my pen and use it to continue your story.
There you go! Your very own copy of the book. Of course, this copy isn't...
And so they flew together, Turin and Dvalin, over... Who'd have thought such...
Long, long ago.